listen carefully. January carries rare energy, and this opening window shapes the entire year ahead. Many feel excitement at the start of a new year, yet few understand the silent forces moving beneath this moment. Missing this alignment costs more than money. It costs momentum, clarity, and opportunity. As Shi Heng Yi, I speak from disciplined observation, not superstition. Ancient traditions and modern studies both point to the same truth. Sound, intention, and timing influence the nervous system, focus, and decision-making. This prayer carries a frequency designed to settle the mind, sharpen awareness, and place inner order before outer wealth. Richness begins inside. When the inner world aligns, action becomes precise, fear weakens, and opportunities reveal themselves naturally. January acts like a gateway. Energy resets. Habits become seeds. A single message received at the correct time can redirect an entire year. This video reveals why hearing this prayer once during January activates confidence, discipline, and financial flow, and why repetition is not required when awareness is complete. Many chase money with noise and effort. Few cultivate stillness and direction. Stay until the end to understand how this prayer works on breath, intention, and subconscious focus, and why rushing past this moment leads to the same patterns repeating again and again. This is not fantasy. This is alignment. This is training the mind to recognize opportunity when it appears. Those who listen fully gain more than motivation. They gain control. Welcome to Shaolin Divine Flow, a space for clarity, discipline, and higher direction. Subscribe and walk this path with us. January strikes with a force most overlook. It is not simply the start of a calendar year, it is a spiritual doorway, a rare opening where energies shift, align, and amplify. What enters this month does not stay contained, it multiplies, spreading into every day, every decision, every opportunity of the year. Many move through these first days blind, unaware of the invisible currents that decide abundance, fortune, and growth. They miss the subtle signals, the whispers of fate, the moments when the universe leans closer to listen. This is why January is both dangerous and powerful. The same doorway that can bring immense wealth, clarity, and blessings can also magnify mistakes, distractions, and negativity. A single thought, intention, or action carries weight far beyond its usual measure. Energy is not neutral here. It responds, mirrors, and escalates. Even silence has power. Moments of stillness or inattention echo through the months ahead. History, spirituality, and ancient wisdom all point to this truth. Great leaders, shamans, and mystics mark January as a time to act with care, focus, and consciousness. Rituals performed in these days, prayers whispered, intentions set, or even a mindset embraced can ripple outward, transforming life in ways impossible to recreate later. Nothing is ordinary. Every morning, every breath, every choice is amplified, charged with potential. Many fear this power, unknowingly avoiding it. Yet, those who step forward, aware and deliberate, unlock a momentum that carries through the entire year. Riches, opportunities, and spiritual breakthroughs respond faster now than at any other time. The doorway waits, neutral but potent, daring each soul to notice it, to respect it, to step through with purpose. Missing it is more than a lost opportunity. It is a delay, a setback that may echo for 12 long months. January does not forgive inaction, nor does it favor hesitation. It multiplies what is already set into motion, whether light or shadow. Wealth begins not only in what hands achieve, but in what the mind receives. Actions shape reality, yes, but the foundation of fortune lies deeper, in the unseen patterns of thought, belief, and energy that guide every choice. The subconscious carries seeds long before the conscious mind recognizes them, and sound holds a unique power to plant and awaken these seeds. Every vibration, every carefully spoken word, travels beyond hearing. It reaches the hidden corners of the mind, rearranging, aligning, and opening pathways that were previously blocked. Prayer is more than ritual, it is frequency. When spoken with intent or even heard with presence, it resonates inside, bypassing doubt, bypassing hesitation. A single moment of focused sound can touch layers of consciousness that years of effort alone cannot reach. In January, this effect intensifies. The mind is more receptive, the soul more open, the invisible currents more malleable. A prayer heard once, with awareness, can begin a subtle but unstoppable shift. It resets patterns, clears resistance, and calls the universe to respond. The rich do not merely act, they align. They synchronize intentions with energy, timing, and vibration. Wealth flows not only to hands that work, but to hearts that listen, to minds that accept, and to souls that are ready to receive. When sound enters this space at the right moment, it sets a chain reaction. Thoughts, decisions, and opportunities begin to move differently. Doors that seemed closed shift slightly, then fully open. Connections appear unexpectedly. Ideas spark effortlessly, and clarity arrives where confusion once ruled. This is the hidden law few recognize. Alignment precedes abundance. The mind must first accept the possibility, the soul must first embrace the vision, and the energy must first be awakened. Prayer, when heard in the rare potent days of January, is more than words. It is a key. A single hearing can realign destiny, awaken hidden potential, and prepare the path for fortune to arrive in ways that feel almost miraculous, yet are entirely natural. The power is in listening, in presence, in allowing the energy to move through without resistance. This prayer works instantly because it moves beyond thought. Logic, reasoning, and doubt slow the mind, build walls, and question outcomes. But sound bypasses these barriers. It slips past the chatter of worry, the whispers of not enough, the voice that hesitates. It does not ask for permission, it speaks directly to belief, the core engine of reality. Belief shapes perception, perception shapes decisions, and decisions shape the life that unfolds. Every choice a person makes about money, success, or opportunity is rooted in belief. Those who struggle financially often carry unseen blocks, ingrained patterns, or hidden doubts that silently steer decisions toward limitation. This prayer, heard in the sacred energy of January, touches those blocks, softens them, and replaces them with alignment. Belief shifts, subtle yet undeniable. A single hearing nudges the mind toward trust, the heart toward openness, and the soul toward readiness. Decisions that once hesitated now move with clarity. Actions that felt uncertain now flow naturally. Money follows decisions, and decisions follow belief. The process may seem simple, yet it is profound. The subconscious does not argue with frequency. It accepts what resonates. When the prayer vibrates through awareness, it calls belief into action before logic can interfere. This is why it works instantly. The shift happens in real time, quietly but powerfully. Energy lines up, pathways clear, and abundance begins to flow along routes previously unseen. Those who experience this feel it immediately, not always in dollars in hand, but in clarity, opportunity, and synchronicity. Doors open, conversations change, ideas emerge with perfect timing. The invisible begins to respond to presence and intention. This prayer aligns thought, belief, and action in one seamless wave, turning potential into momentum. When January carries its rare energy, the effect multiplies, and the mind, heart, and soul are all tuned to receive without resistance. The mechanism is simple yet profound. Sound reaches belief, belief guides decision, and decision calls wealth. The power of this prayer lies in the principle of once is enough. Repetition, while useful in many practices, is not always necessary. Energy does not require constant reinforcement when the timing is perfect. In January, timing outweighs frequency. The rare alignment of days, hours, and universal currents magnifies intention far beyond ordinary measures. A single moment, fully embraced, can set into motion forces that repetition alone cannot summon. January carries a subtle urgency. The doorway is open, and each day pulses with heightened sensitivity. The universe listens more intently. Actions, words, and thoughts echo louder and reach deeper. In this window, a single hearing of the prayer can impress itself onto the subconscious like a seed dropped into fertile soil. There is no need to repeat mechanically, to doubt or to test. The energy itself ensures the message takes root. Timing creates the leverage, and the moment amplifies what would otherwise require weeks, months, or years to achieve. This is why those who understand the flow respect the moment. They focus, listen with full presence, and allow the prayer to do its work. The mind, unburdened by overthinking, absorbs resonance naturally. The heart opens without resistance. Alignment occurs quietly, invisibly, yet powerfully. Once intention is planted in this fertile period, it grows on its own, guided by forces beyond sight but entirely responsive to attention and readiness. Repetition can dilute, create doubt, or suggest lack. In contrast, a single, perfectly timed act of conscious listening carries authority. January transforms simple sound into a catalyst for transformation. The mind, the subconscious, and the unseen energies all synchronize. What begins as a single hearing becomes momentum, unfolding opportunities, clarity, and abundance in ways that feel instantaneous yet are deeply grounded in universal law. The principle is elegant in its simplicity. One intentional act, in the right time, moves mountains, shifts destiny, and sets the stage for wealth and alignment throughout the entire year. Most people never see it, yet the truth is simple. They block wealth without realizing it. Fear whispers, guilt lingers, desperation grips, and all three act like invisible walls between desire and reality. Money, abundance, and opportunity respond not to effort alone, but to resonance. When the subconscious carries tension, worry, or unworthiness, the universe mirrors it. No matter how hard one works, energy that is resisted or misaligned cannot flow freely. This is the hidden law of receiving. Abundance comes to those who are ready to accept it without fear, hesitation, or judgment. This prayer works because it removes that resistance. It clears the hidden blocks that silently dictate decisions, habits, and opportunities. Each word, each vibration penetrates the layers of subconscious belief, dissolving doubt, softening guilt, and releasing fear. It does not force abundance. It invites it. It aligns the listener with the frequency of receiving, opening channels that were closed by years of unconscious patterns. In January, this effect is magnified. The energy of the month sharpens sensitivity and heightens responsiveness. The mind becomes a conduit, the heart a magnet, and the soul a channel through which wealth naturally flows. Receiving begins internally. When tension fades, clarity appears. When fear dissolves, confidence emerges. When guilt is released, openness to possibility takes root. The prayer creates an environment inside, invisible yet tangible, where abundance can enter without obstruction. Wealth, opportunities, and synchronicities respond immediately to this alignment, flowing effortlessly to those prepared to receive. Most people chase abundance externally, unaware that the true barrier lies within. This prayer reverses that law. It shifts the internal landscape, removes subconscious resistance, and allows the natural order of prosperity to work. Fear, guilt, and desperation no longer dictate outcomes. Instead, openness, belief, and alignment become the guiding forces, inviting money, opportunities, and blessings to arrive in ways that feel instantaneous yet are rooted in the unseen laws of energy, timing, and intention. The moment this prayer is heard, subtle shifts begin to unfold. They are quiet at first, almost imperceptible, but they carry immense power. The mind, once restless and anxious, starts to settle. Panic softens, stress loses its grip, and a sense of calm replaces the usual chaos of doubt and worry. Decisions that once felt heavy become lighter, clearer, more confident. The heart aligns with intention, and the soul resonates with possibility. Opportunities, both seen and unseen, begin to notice this change. Energy attracts energy. The world responds to readiness, and readiness is exactly what this prayer cultivates. People, ideas, and circumstances that once felt distant start to move closer. Synchronicities appear with surprising regularity. Conversations shift, doors open quietly but meaningfully, and guidance emerges from unexpected sources. These are not mere coincidences. They are the natural response of the universe to alignment, to a mind and heart tuned to receive without resistance. Even daily life feels different. Tasks that felt burdensome now flow with ease. Challenges no longer block the path but illuminate the way forward. Creativity sparks, intuition strengthens, and decisions begin to carry an almost effortless clarity. The shift is both internal and external, visible and invisible. It is a ripple that starts within the mind and radiates outward, attracting opportunities, wealth, and growth naturally. Those who experience this know it immediately, not in grand gestures, but in the subtle sense that the world is moving in harmony with intention. Energy lines up, timing synchronizes, and life starts responding to the listener rather than the other way around. Calm replaces panic, clarity replaces confusion, and a quiet confidence grows. Doors that once seemed closed begin to feel like they were waiting for this exact moment. The unseen begins to recognize readiness, and abundance begins to flow, drawn by alignment, presence, and the subtle yet profound power of simply listening. The secret behind effortless wealth is alignment. Those who seem to get rich without struggle do not rely solely on action. They align first. Their thoughts, beliefs, and intentions are in harmony with the flow of energy around them. They understand, even if unconsciously, that the world responds to resonance, not force. Effort alone, without alignment, is scattered. Work may be constant, but results remain inconsistent. True abundance emerges when the mind, heart, and spirit all point in the same direction. Alignment creates clarity. When alignment occurs, decisions become natural, precise, and timely. Action follows without hesitation or doubt, flowing from insight rather than pressure. The path appears smoother, opportunities become visible, and the energy of momentum builds silently but powerfully. Those who seem lucky are often those who have cultivated this inner readiness. The universe does not resist them, it conspires to meet their intention. Their actions are not frantic attempts to push reality. They are deliberate steps taken after the internal state has already shifted. Most people invert this law. They act first, hoping results will follow, chasing opportunity with strain and uncertainty. Without alignment, effort is scattered, timing is off, and energy leaks away. Wealth requires more than doing. It requires being aligned, being open, and being receptive sets the stage for abundance to arrive effortlessly. When January's unique energy amplifies this state, the effect is extraordinary. A single, intentional act, hearing the prayer, opening to belief and embracing readiness, can initiate alignment that ripples across the year. Those who understand this law experience life differently. Challenges become signals, opportunities feel inevitable, and action flows naturally from insight. Alignment is the unseen magnet that draws wealth, timing, and success. Without it, effort alone may tire, struggle may persist, and results may remain distant. With it, even the simplest step moves mountains. January offers the rare chance to align deeply, allowing action to follow effortlessly, and setting a trajectory where abundance flows naturally, almost without resistance. The listener carries a quiet, profound responsibility. It is not enforcing, pleading, or demanding that the power of this prayer works. Abundance is not summoned by desperation or struggle. The mind must release control. The heart must release expectation, and the soul must simply be open. Stillness is the key. In the calm, the subtle currents of energy begin to move, the invisible doors begin to swing open, and the flow of opportunity finds its natural course. Begging or pushing only creates resistance. The universe does not respond to strain, it responds to alignment. When the listener surrenders, allowing the prayer to resonate fully without interference, the subconscious absorbs the frequency effortlessly. Clarity replaces tension, openness replaces fear, and readiness replaces doubt. This is the silent work that produces visible results. Action follows naturally, doors open at the right moment, and abundance begins to move in without obstruction. Being present is more powerful than doing. Listening with intention, allowing the vibration to settle into mind and body, and trusting the unseen process activates the mechanisms of receiving. Even a single act of openness can create a ripple across the entire year. The listener's role is not to chase, not to repeat mechanically, not to measure or question. It is to witness, absorb, and allow. The prayer does the work, the listener simply receives. In this space of stillness, subtle changes unfold. Decisions become clearer, opportunities arrive with ease, and wealth begins to flow along channels previously blocked by fear or doubt. The responsibility is simple but profound. Remain open, remain present, and let alignment guide every movement. The listener honors the law of receiving by releasing control, trusting timing, and allowing the energy of January to carry intention into reality. In surrender lies the true strength, and in openness lies the gateway to effortless abundance, unseen yet undeniably powerful. Preparation begins within the mind. Before any wealth can flow, before any opportunity can arrive, the inner landscape must be ready. Thoughts must settle, doubts must fade, and focus must sharpen. The mind becomes a fertile ground where intention can take root, where vibration can settle, and where the unseen can begin to work. Without preparation, even the rarest alignment can pass unnoticed, like a key left on the table. Expectations, no matter how well-intentioned, must be released. Anticipation anchored in outcome creates tension, and tension blocks the natural flow of energy. The listener must approach with openness, free from judgment, free from attachment, free from the need to measure or control. Letting go does not mean ignoring desire. It means trusting the unseen process, allowing the universe to respond naturally, and accepting that timing operates on a higher level than the mind can perceive. Peace, not pressure, is the conduit for abundance. Listen as if the wealth, clarity, and opportunity have already arrived. This is not fantasy, it is alignment. The subconscious cannot distinguish between what is vividly felt and what has already manifested. By embodying the state of already receiving, the mind, heart, and soul synchronize with the frequency of fulfillment. Attention sharpens, resistance dissolves, and readiness flows effortlessly. Every vibration of the prayer resonates deeply, planting seeds that will grow into real-world results. The act of listening transforms simple sound into momentum, calm awareness, release of expectation, and the embodiment of abundance create a powerful magnet for opportunity. The mind becomes a channel, the heart becomes a compass, and the soul becomes a beacon. Subtle shifts appear: clarity in decisions, synchronicity in encounters, and a natural attraction of resources that once felt distant. Preparation, release, and listening are not steps, they are a state of being. In this state, January's rare energy magnifies the effect, turning a single moment of awareness into a lifetime of unseen yet undeniable abundance. The prayer begins with deliberate presence. Words are spoken slowly, allowing each syllable to resonate deeply within the mind, heart, and soul. Speed diminishes power. Haste interrupts the subtle currents that carry intention. Slow speech creates space for vibration to settle, for the subconscious to absorb, and for energy to align with the listener's readiness. Each phrase is a pulse, a wave that reaches beyond hearing into knowing. The tone is declarative, firm, and confident, never needy. There is no asking, no pleading, no hesitation. Wealth, opportunity, and alignment respond to certainty, not doubt. The mind recognizes authority, the subconscious accepts command, and the universe reflects clarity. Each statement carries intention as a fact already set into motion, bypassing resistance, doubt, or fear. This is the law of receiving made audible. Gratitude forms the foundation of the language. Words are rooted in acknowledgement of abundance already present. Gratitude primes the subconscious to recognize fulfillment, to open doors previously closed, and to amplify energy in harmony with intention. Each phrase is an affirmation of worthiness, a recognition that abundance is not distant but flowing, and a declaration that alignment has already begun. The structure of the prayer creates a ripple through mind, body, and soul. The listener feels subtle shifts: calm replaces worry, clarity replaces confusion, and readiness replaces hesitation. The vibration of gratitude and certainty penetrates deeply, awakening latent potential and realigning internal blocks. This is not simply a recitation, it is an activation. Every word, carefully chosen and intentionally delivered, carries frequency, creating momentum that spreads outward. Timing enhances impact. Spoken in January, when energy is rare and powerful, the prayer's effect multiplies. Subtle blocks dissolve. The mind aligns with abundance, and opportunities begin to move toward the listener naturally. The prayer becomes a conduit for wealth, clarity, and synchronicity, transforming a single moment of intentional listening into a lasting, invisible shift that carries through every decision, every action, and every manifestation of the year ahead. January does not wait. Its energy moves forward, unstoppable and exacting. Those who pause, those who open their hearts and truly listen receive the blessings that this rare moment carries. The power is present now, ready to align mind, heart, and soul with abundance, clarity, and opportunity. Every second matters. Every moment of presence amplifies what the year will bring. If this message resonated, take action in stillness. Like this video, subscribe to our channel, Shaolin Divine Flow, and step fully into the energy that January offers. Allow yourself to receive without resistance, trust the unseen, and embrace the flow of abundance that is already moving toward you. Remember, the doorway opens only once. Listen deeply, align fully, and watch your life transform. The energy is yours. The choice to receive is yours. Step through and let the year ahead unfold in ways you once thought impossible.